Hey everyone. All right, I'm just checking my phone for the newest questions. I saw several coming in. This is our Tuesday training call in our oil leadership page, and I'm Bonnie. Welcome to our weekly calls. Although I'll probably wait a second for more of you guys to get on. I'm thinking about changing it up for this summer, so I will see what you guys think about that. I'm just I'm our schedule is changing. Welcome everyone. And I'm thinking about switching and holding off on the business calls and focus more on essential oils throughout the whole summer. Just because I think it's more fun. I want to get more oil education out there. And I feel like we had such a huge turnout with oil camp and all the awesome oil videos that we were doing. So I'm like thinking that, and let me know what you guys think, those of you watching it live, and then those who are catching the recording. What I'm thinking about doing is doing like a weekly or daily, or maybe not even have a schedule, be consistently consistent, if that makes sense. I need to see how it's going to work with my family, and we have 4 kids at home. I know we already have some camps, and then we are scheduling some days to the beach, a family vacation, and so I'm just trying to figure out how it's all going to fit in, right? So either early morning trainings or late at night, or like I said, I'd love to do oil classes during the summer and like get my kids involved. So like they're doing the videos with me and they're sharing their oils and I'm sharing mine. And, I'm just trying to figure out for the new season, right? So let me know what you guys are doing. I know I've talked to several people and different leaders, and they're changing up their schedules for the summer. So that's not what I was going to talk about today, but it's actually a really good conversation. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Last summer, what did we do last summer? We did keep the weekly trainings going, right? I was on vacation, so I had other people take some for me, which helped out a lot. We had all of the leaders taking turns in our oil club and sharing like one oil thing a day. So between the top leaders, we had like one a day. We could do that again. I feel like there's so many awesome things to do. So I'm getting a lot of comments, the waves, thank you, just to see. But I'm thinking a lot of oil education is going to be in the works, and also we're putting our house together. So maybe in the next 2 weeks or so, you'll see me look like I'm in maybe I'll be in an office. I'm not going to have an office, but I'll have a room downstairs, right? Not in my bedroom anymore. So look for that coming in a couple weeks. But I'm thinking as I go through my house and like organize it and put it back, and I'm trying to create like a healthy and happy home. And so I'm like, you know what if I did that room by room? And actually doTERRA is doing that right now. So raise your hand or let me know if you guys are doing the green cleaning challenge that they're doing. I really wish I was doing it with you guys all right now, but I'm like, our house is literally insane. So there's like no cleaning going on right now. I'll just tell you. We are doing laundry, and that is pretty much it. There's like no counters to, do things. We're just barely getting by at this point. But so I'm thinking as I put my house back together, I can show what oils I'm using in the different rooms, what my diffusers are looking like, where I'm doing things, how I'm setting my bathroom, my kitchen, and all that kind of stuff. Someone saying oil camp was great. A teen oil camp would be awesome. Yes, that's actually in the works. My daughter is turning 13, so she'll technically be a teen. She loves the oils, and what's really funny is that some of her friends watch my YouTube channels, but they said they're boring because there's no DIYs. I'm like, oh. So my daughter was like, Mom, you need DIYs on your channel because that's what people want. So I'm like, okay. So that made me start thinking, I'm like, you're right. I don't have a lot of the small DIYs like the things that we're doing around the house because we're doing a ton of things. And so that's what got me going and thinking that a mom and daughter DIY, or like, the kids and teens, how I'm using it with the kids, I can have them maybe share their favorite oils and just make it very interactive for the summer anyway, because they're home, right? I want to spend as much time with them, and they actually love doing this kind of stuff. And if I have them do any work with me or for me, like stuffing envelopes or let's see, like I want to show you this quick example here. Like I have all of these ready to go out to like new customers. So like they can help me and all that. And then I can maybe put together a spreadsheet and I can, give them some, payment of some sort or whatever. Yeah. So I'm just thinking all about how I'm going to do it over the summer. And I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. But that's sort of what I have in mind. So that means that these weekly calls might be switch to oil calls, to oil videos, right? So DIYs are a good idea. Show you guys making oil recipe together. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was even thinking about taking my phone and just putting a tripod in my kitchen and like as we're making things, just kind of push live and just see what happens, as long as everyone's cool with the kids in the background, right? Because I think that makes it fun in real life. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. So I'd love to hear what you guys want and what you're thinking. My kids don't get out until June 21st, which is so late to me. But so I have a few more weeks until they're out, but I'm just trying to get my mind going and thinking, and that's what keeps speaking to me. So I'm like, I think that's what I need to do. And we have so many awesome recordings on in this Facebook group and on my YouTube channel, doTERRA, Share Success, or the Empowered Success. We have so many business trainings. I'm like, what we need to do is more oil education and personal things. Okay, so I have my Facebook out, and I'm gonna check to see if there's any new things coming in. So I'm getting some questions that I posted in the group, and so I'm just gonna read them. If you guys have other questions for me, post them in the Oil Leadership Team page. Maybe open a new tab or something. Or actually, I can see them coming up live. Never mind, that'd be the easiest, so I can just see them live in this video. But some of the ones that were already posted was one question from Leah. So question for the biz side of things. Any helpful tips on spreadsheets or organization for keeping track of inventory in and out? Okay, so actually I responded in there, but I don't think I responded to the inventory part. So the spreadsheet that I use to keep track of my customers is in the files in this Facebook page, the Oil Leadership Team Facebook page. It is the one that Heidi made. And I have a binder that I use, okay? And I love her spreadsheets. One, I am not a spreadsheet person. I hate spreadsheets. I don't like I'm like not a very organized person by nature. So I have to like force myself to be organized. I just want to let you know. So I'm not like the best person to answer, but I will show you the very, very, very condensed version of what I do because it works, it's simple, and it keeps me on track. So let me get out an empty sheet of her tracking just so you don't have to see all the personal names on there. But I have a new sheet every day, or I mean, not every day, every month. And then I have some blanks that I keep in the back. Let me take one out here. My binder's pretty full, so I've got to be careful taking things out. Then I will put a new one at the front, and then these hold 10, and my goal is to try to get 10 enrollments a month, right? So my goal is to fill this sheet up every single month, okay? So these are for customers or advocates. I just put them both on the same. I know this is not exactly your question, and I'll get to the inventory part, but I really don't have any inventory. So on here it says name, member ID. I don't put their member ID. I just put their name and first name and last name just because I have a system for my madness, but I don't need their ID specifically. But then enrollment kit. So usually I write down Home Essentials. I'll do HE because mostly everyone joins with that, or NS if they join in Natural Solutions or whatever. Wellness or wholesale customer or wellness advocate. I just write WC or WA, depending what they did. Welcome email. I'll check off if I sent them the welcome email. So I set up a email campaign more than a year ago. It's not that great. It needs to be updated. Well, not that I say it's not that great. It is great, but it needs to be updated. My awesome assistant, Erin, made it for me. She's the best. And all of you guys can, the lighting just got different. All of you guys can put your name in my email system. Erin, if you're on, can you post the link to that? And you can see what I send out. What I mean is it's like, needs to be updated. Okay. So anyway, when I add them, I use MailChimp. I check that off, add them to the Facebook groups. That's the next thing. So I have the Oil Leadership Team page, right, which is this one right now for all people who join as an advocate, whether they're sharers or builders. That's how I want this group to be. Just if you signed up as a wellness advocate, you're in this group, because you never know when that spark will happen and you're going to want to go full force, or maybe you just want to get educated, or whatever. I want you to have all the information, and I want you to have the community, and for you just to know what we're doing and get the inside information on specials and deals and questions. And I just think it's really awesome. So all wellness advocates go in the group. Then we have our oil club group that is just for it's for everybody. It's for our wholesale customers. So advocates are in there too, obviously, because that's where we do all of our oil educating and oil camps and giveaways and all that cool stuff. And what's great is that they can ask each other questions. And so we don't always have to be present or by our phones texting or, everything. It's a huge community, right? Great. I see more questions coming in. I'm going to get to all those. Anyway, so then I check off to make sure I added them to the groups. Okay. Welcome gift. So those are the gifts that you saw. I like to send out a welcome gift to everybody. If you just joined, like my personal enrollments, if you just joined, or even like within the last month, I'm a little bit behind. So I have your gifts ready to go out. I'm not the best of having like a certain thing go out every single time. I wish I had an open one right now, but what I've been doing lately is giving out a welcome sheet, which is in our files. I've been giving out, I just got started by oils, now what? And then the free download 2 pages of roller bottle recipes. And we have those in the oil club. You guys can see them. And then I've been giving them empty roller bottles so they can start making their own. Sometimes I just use what I have. So getting to the question, any inventory, I usually don't have any inventory, but any extra things that I do buy, like a BOGO, or let's just say I just ordered too much of something, or maybe I plan to order more because I'm going to be giving it away. I just give it all. So I feel like I have really nothing extra right now just because we just moved, but I had 2 bottles of the coconut oil. Both of those went. One person got a coconut oil surprise and another person's getting one. If I have anything extra, I just give it away because 1, I don't like extra stuff in my house, but 2, I just like to surprise and give stuff to people. But what I want to do, again, once I get organized, I will show you what I want to do, what a lot of the other top leaders do, and they have a whole bunch of samples, and they just give away the gum and the chew, or the throat lozenger, they have samples of the toothpaste, samples of the shampoo and the conditioner and, whatever. So there's another advocate that gives away 1 bottle of free wild orange and then 2 roller bottles when they join with her. You don't have to give anything to them because they're going to get their awesome book and they're going to get all their oils, which is plenty of a special and a deal just in itself, right? But I like to just give a little extra. Sometimes they have no idea that they're getting it, and sometimes I'll say, hey, if you join today, you're going to get this. Okay. I just like to put something special in there, and then I'll add my business card, which you don't even need a business card. I don't think that's ever helped my business at all. It's really lame, actually, my business card. My new flyers that I bought, that I put those in there. So anyway, hopefully that helps. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be something that you're connecting with them, right? Then she on here, and I don't know if you guys can read this. I'm going to try to put it on here. It's hard to see if I get it organized. Then it's all the times you follow up with them. Did they get their order? Did you do let's see, what does it say? Email, live, share, and build. I just message them and say hey, you know, welcome. Here's the, let's see, the live guide, the build, like depending on what they join. And then the link to get on the call with me. But to get on the call with me, they have to watch the videos of whatever it is. So if there's wholesale customer, right in my Schedulista, you do not need all this stuff, guys. I didn't have any of it until I was after Diamond, but it's just a way to help me make my life easier right now. They can't get on the phone with me until I say, watch this, watch the live video, the one that doTERRA put out. Watch the build video that doTERRA put out. Then you can get on the phone with me. So that's just to check to see if they did that. Then did they set up their LRP? 1 month check, 2, 3, 4. Did they host a class? And then at the end, join the team, like if they're not already on your team, if they're a customer. I don't honestly check in with them every month. That's one of the benefits of them going into the group, that they can have check-in every day with people at the group, right? But then I'd like to ideally at month 1 and then month 3, because then after 90 days, they can upgrade and then you can put them in a different spot or whatever. So this is what I use. For as far as inventory, again, I do not really have inventory. If I make a bottle for someone or whatever, it's out of my own personal thing, but I will write off my personal products. Again, I'm not a tax person, so I can't tell you exactly if that's the thing, but if people are at my house and they're using the products, that's a write-off for me. Okay. A lot of comments. I don't know, hopefully that helped. Did that help? Yeah. And then, let's see, I'm just reading a lot of these comments here. Airtable, if I said that right, is an awesome online way to keep track of your customers, advocates, prospects. It is a spreadsheet software similar to Excel, but has drop-down boxes to keep track of status, all customizable, game changer. Awesome. Who wrote that? I don't know. Guys, they changed this. I can't see who wrote the comments. So that would be awesome. If you have a photo or if you can do a screenshot of that and post it in the group, that'd be awesome. Okay. Someone else says, and if you guys, after you write your comments, can you guys write your name so I know who's writing it, just so I can address you? Okay, so another person says, just getting started, do I need a separate Facebook account or should I use my personal one? I don't post frequently and kind of afraid to just post doTERRA things. Don't know if I'll annoy people. Okay, that's a great question. So do you mean a special Facebook personal profile, or do you mean a Facebook page? Most people, they don't need a special like Facebook. Let's see, tons of comments. Okay, most people don't need a second Facebook page or a personal profile. So personal profile is your personal one. A business page is your page that people can go and like, right? And then there's groups. Most people have their main one, right? Because that's who you're friends with, and definitely nobody wants to annoy people, right? I did a whole video on how to go on Facebook and how to do things, but ideally 80% not doTERRA related. 80% of the things you post have nothing to do with doTERRA or your business or anything. It should include your lifestyle though, which as advocates, right? We're advocates. We are advocates for health. We're advocates for living our healthier ways, living our best life, trying to live out our purpose and our full potential, right? So it's not just about oils, but it's about everything. So if you're posting things about inspirational quotes or great books that you're reading, or you're working out outside and enjoying the fresh air, or an article that you read on happiness or living your best life or whatever, those are all related, but without screaming, I'm an advocate, come buy from me, right? I sprinkle them in once in a while, like right before we got on here, I posted about this special, only because they're having if you order 200 points, you get four free products. And I don't want my friends coming back to me and saying, I want to join, but they already missed, like, let's say it's next month, they missed the product special, then it's on me that I didn't tell them about it. So I'm not going to post every day, but I'm definitely going to post, and I want that post in front of my friends because they're the ones I want to help. right? And I know them and I like them. And, why would you not want to help your friends? But I do recommend getting a business page too. In the beginning, no one's going to see it the way that Facebook algorithms work. Facebook will just, do that too. But you can post on oils all day, every day there because people signed up to see that. They didn't sign up to see that on your personal page. So that's why you have to think only 2 of the last 10 posts you made should be about oils or doTERRA. Does that make sense? You don't want to annoy anyone. You're right. And if you're not posting regularly, I would start posting regularly. Because if the only time you got on and posted about doTERRA, then that's lame. But if you posted all these other great things and sprinkled in your stuff, that's cool, right? Okay, so another question. Oh, that was from Sharon. Okay, thank you. Okay, and keep the questions coming on this live video, but I also had some more from the earlier post. Okay, this is from Mosey. Hi, Bonnie. We just moved to a completely new city, and I know you have done that a few times and started doTERRA. Yes, I'm on my 3rd move. Oh, I need to stop doing that. So any advice on how to make new contacts connections? I just relaunched my online classes last Saturday, and I am doing the cleaning challenge in my group. I'm also planning on doing another year of free giveaways or oils next month and to kind of kickstart my relaunch as well as grow my group and celebrate my year anniversary as an advocate. Thanks. Okay, so that's a good question. I would say I'm like a really bad person in locally because I've been doing so much online, and it actually is, for me, easier, not for everybody, but for me, it's easier because of my situation, right? It sounds horrible. But so the last move, I was in Illinois. I barely got out of my own doing things online, right? And the time before that, I had a huge local team, but it was because they were already growing without me. Becky was in Columbus with me, and they were doing everything awesome. So here I am. We moved again. Now we're in New Jersey, and I am like right with you, Mosi. I am actually like, okay, time to get outside my comfort zone and outside of doing things online or with the phone, because those come so natural to me, right? Because sometimes it is hard to go out there and meet new friends, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just met you. I don't want to like talk about my business, and I want to actually make a real friend. I don't want them to think I'm just talking to them about oils, right? So that's the stuff that gets in our head. That gets in my head too. It's a real thing. So what I'm doing is I've already bought all of my make and take stuff. I have my flyers, I have my labels, I have all these things. And I already not just said I'm going to do it, but I already met lots of mom friends, and I already told them that as my house is finished, I'm having them over and we're doing make and take classes. And I have about 4 people already said they're going to come. So for me, it's just getting out and actually opening my mouth, right? And talking, because that is the one thing. It's like, I'm like, oh, we'll become friends on Facebook, and then that's so much easier for me to do that. For me, it's harder to do it in person. And I think that could be opposite. Some people, it's really hard to do it online and easier to do it in person. But so I have that make and take classes. We met neighbors. We met friends at lacrosse. We put all 3 of our boys in lacrosse, and I met some moms at school. So it's just getting in there, meeting people, but then taking that next step and inviting them to a class or inviting them to host a class, which is, I've already asked one mom to host a class. So I said, okay, come to my house class first, then you can host your own. So I will say I'm going to keep myself accountable with you, because that is the same thing that I'm doing. Because I can do Facebook all day, but the face-to-face is not easy for me, right? It's not. So, okay, yeah, so she's just making takes. They're a great idea. So I'll let you know how it goes. You guys, when I do my first one in this house, I will be posting like crazy. We'll all know it. All right, let's keep the comments coming. Okay, so does Facebook charge for business page? No, it doesn't, but they make it so hard that people can't see it that they want you to sponsor your posts. Now, I don't do that. I don't know if I've sponsored any. I've tried a few times and they've got denied, so I don't know all the rules on that. In the way beginning, I might have sponsored it when I had like a few friends, just because I wanted those few friends to see it. When I first started my page, I started a brand new page. You guys know I had a business before this, right? But I started a brand new page, started over fresh with doTERRA, and I started doing just little sample giveaways, just whatever I could afford at the beginning. I'm like, okay, you could do a giveaway on Friday for like a sample pack and then pick the winner on Monday. Or I did a few other bigger giveaways, but the samples actually were better than the big ones because they didn't know the value yet. But I could say like 10 winners, and they all got like a sample of peppermint. You know what I mean? It wasn't like costly, but they're like, oh my gosh, I could win. And then the best thing is to not just send them a free sample, but to get on the phone and talk to them. Right? Because like you guys, when I first started, even though I just got done saying I'm not as good about talking to people in person, I've talked to a lot of people. I've had classes in all the different states that I was in. I did more classes when I wasn't the one hosting, when I was the guest speaker. So I did several classes in all the different states. Just it was other people's people, which made it easier for me. But I was on the phone all day long. Like when I first got started, I was on the phone for like 12 hours a day sometimes, talking and connecting. And people that I met on Facebook or I knew on Facebook, I took it off and got on the phone, right? So it wasn't like I have a Facebook page and people automatically ordered. That would be too easy. And everybody would be like presidential. But it's turning those conversations into a phone, finding out their needs, and then working on them, right? So I just wanted to clarify that, because nothing comes easy to anybody in doTERRA. It's all work, right? It's fun, and so sometimes it comes easier in certain ways than others, but it's all work, right? Because it is a business. Okay, any other questions? Did I miss any? Let me check over here too. First of all, who's excited about the baby line coming tomorrow? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so pumped about that. It is, we've got, I don't have it in front of me, 3 products coming out. So this is going to be awesome. And I also heard, and I just heard this right before I got on. So this is not like confirmed yet because I didn't have time to research it, but I heard that for one day only, they're making a enrollment kit with the baby line included. So again, I don't know if it's a reliable source. I literally just saw someone post it right before I got on, and I was about to research, and then I'm like, it's the time to get on. So, but it's a trial to see how people react and how people like the line. So if I were you, and this is what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to see the maximum, like how many we can buy, because even though I don't have a baby, you know, in my home, like, okay, I know tons of people who are pregnant. I'd like to have it just so I could take photos of it and share and smell it and all that stuff. But those are going to be great baby gifts. Those are great giveaways. Those are great things just to have on hand. And then you don't know who's going to want it in the future. But then also it's showing doTERRA that we want a baby line. And so if we have a lot of people that ordered, doTERRA is going to say, okay, I mean, again, I don't have any inside information on this, but I'm just saying that if it has a great launch, they'll most likely keep it versus being a limited edition. Does that make sense? So I would order it just to make sure doTERRA knows we want a baby line. All right, you guys, and I can hear the guys, they're still working. All right, any other last questions? Otherwise, we will be talking again next week. I hope you guys liked the last week's call. It was on getting started with this, you know, the business, just some top things. And I did it very casually outside. I put it on YouTube. It has hundreds of hits already. So I think if you guys didn't watch it, go watch that, because that seemed to be like a big one. People loved that video. And then I did another whole video on what it takes to grow fast in doTERRA that I did a while ago, and I think for Nikki's group. And that one it just reached like 11,000 views. So That one seemed to be really good. If you guys want to check into the archives or want to make sure you don't miss anything, just subscribe to my YouTube channel because I've been putting all of the recordings up there. So that is it, you guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for getting on. Bye.